What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up, everybody? Talking about Widows. New movie out in theaters. It's probably been there a couple days. I don't know. Week. I don't know. It's good. I enjoyed it. It's about, let me read the synopsis, the IMDb description of the movie. Set in contemporary Chicago amid a time of turmoil, four women with nothing in common except a debt left behind by their dead husbands, criminals' activities, take fate into their own hands and conspire to forge a future on their own terms. This is the new movie by Steve McQueen, who recently directed, I believe, he did 12 Years a Slave. He did Hunger, Shame. What else did he do? What's his most recent? A bunch of short films. I guess 12 Years a Slave was the last one he did. So completely different movie from 12 Years a Slave. This movie is great, man. It reminded me a lot of people call them genre movies. It's very much kind of like, it's very much a heist movie. It is a heist movie, but it does have a twist. Many twists. But a very unique kind of perspective in that kind of movie, in a heist movie, where instead of just, a ragtag group of dudes going in to do it, it's a ragtag group of chicks, but they're all kind of forced into the situation because their counterparts die. And it's just handled. First off, this movie is filmed like I could see this getting a Best Director nomination. I could see that. The way the camera is used to help tell this story, it has a flavor and a style all of its own, unlike standard directors who, it's competent storytelling, but it's also another layer on top of that is just style. And there's some scenes in this that I enjoy, just the way they are filmed. There's a scene in a car, this argument in a car that happens between two characters, and the camera shifts as the momentum in the argument shifts. It also, the scenery in the background, it's taking him from, I believe, a lower class neighborhood a few blocks to an upper class neighborhood in Chicago. So there's a lot of things at play, but it's a very simple camera shot from outside of the car, and then it kind of just pans to the other side of the car. Just simple. Great acting, too. Everybody's acting is great in this movie. I just enjoyed the hell out of this movie. The only thing I could say, maybe a small critique, would be pacing. Like it definitely took its time, because it's all a setup for this heist that happens, right? So spoilers. But Viola Davis and chick that was in Bad Times at El Royale, the female singer, musician, is in this with short blonde hair. There's just all the actresses and actors are great. Liam Neeson's great in this movie, even though, it's just kind of, little snippets where you get to see him. The love story between him and Viola Davis is great because it keeps cutting back and forth between them. Everything is set up and pays off in such a way that just makes it feel very I think I got it. Makes it feel very it's satisfying. It's very satisfying. Even though the pace is slow, like, it's okay by the end of it because it pays off. It's worth the slow burn. And I don't even feel it was that slow burn. I just think maybe it was sold as more of an action movie, and it's not really an action movie. But it is in that kind of universe to where it could easily be an action movie. It could be like a Den of Thieves, it could just be a bad action heist movie. This one is done by a great director with great writing. I think this was it's based on a BBC UK miniseries, maybe, or a book. I don't know. It's something I believe it's cut down from something, a much larger property. So there is a lot of complexity to the story, but nothing too. It doesn't go overboard. It's not like Game of Thrones. It's not like you have to watch it again to get what's going on. It's pretty easy to follow, but it does, flip flop. There's just not a lot of people involved, so you don't get confused too easily. I don't get confused too easily. But yeah, it's like this. It's slow burn. So it starts off, a heist gone wrong, right? Spoilers. Go watch the movie. Don't listen to me talk about it anymore. You got 5 minutes of a podcast. Just go to the movie theater and watch this movie. If you want to see a really good movie, heist movie, with gun violence, also politics, Chicago, which is a great setting if you want to talk about, just crazy violence that's going on and separation of wealth in just a weird juxtaposition kind of a way in that city. But it starts off with a heist gone wrong where a bunch of people die, what basically could have been a cast of their own heist movie, Liam Neeson being the helm of that. But the money they were stealing goes up in flames, and now the wives of these dead criminals owe that debt. And Viola Davis finds her boyfriend's notebook, which kind of is a plot hole, considering now super spoilers. Only listen to this if you've already watched the movie. The fact that Liam Neeson maybe is not dead, okay? Like, she finds his notebook with all of his plans of all of his heists, and yet it didn't have the plan to, like, make a fake heist thing. Like the notebook itself is somehow a plant, but still has directions for a future job. I don't know. That's probably aside from pacing, maybe a little slow at points, which wasn't really that bad. But the notebook thing was kind of throws a little bit of an issue with the plot. Other than that, like, if you can overlook that, which easily, like, that's the only thing, okay, I could do that. So she finds a notebook and she's like, yo, bitches, we need to go do this thing because we owe a bunch of money. This is going to pay us $5,000. We owe $5 million. We owe $2 million. That's $3 million left to split between us. And then it turns into more of a realistic, like, kind of how Ocean's 8 was trying to do. But this one's just more of a realistic, more grounded kind of a movie. More so than the fantastical kind of Ocean's 8. But go watch it. Widows. I don't know. It's probably not going to last long, but it's such a good movie. It's like it kind of reminded me of like the grit of it and just the movie. It reminded me a lot of Heat, which is another great movie. Bank robbery movie where it's a lot of slow burn, a lot of setting up. It felt a lot like that. So if you're a fan of Heat, this might be your next favorite movie, Widows. So that's it for this episode. New episode of this show comes out every day. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found. If you want to binge the full week of this show before it comes out, go over to patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Go to my website, inspireddisorder.com, for all of my work, and you could save if you want to buy my paintings or t-shirts like this one. Save 50% by using coupon code THANKS18. That's the number 18 when you check out. Find me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out!